The Philippine Coast Guard (PCG) on Tuesday said it needs P90 billion to buy 30 flag-bearing ships, as it tries to boost its capacity to patrol the South China Sea. At a Senate budget hearing on the Department of Transportation and its attached agencies,
Philippine Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Artemio M. Abu said the ships would cost about P3 billion each. "We need the Coast Guard's floating assets to increase to serve each regional office we have," he said, adding that P90 billion is a modest estimate.
"We need funds to establish more Coast Guard bases and of course, acquire assets and facilities for our own people." Quote.
He said the Philippine Coast Guard's 15 regional offices need about 2 large ships each to carry out their operations.
The Coast Guard has 28 large ships and more than 500 small boats, Mr. Abu said. Senator Sherwin T. Gashalian had asked Mr. Abu how much the PCG needed to make their operations more efficient and more respectable, citing sea tensions with China. Under the proposed 2024 national budget, the PCG was allotted a budget of P24 billion, with its confidential funds unchanged since 2009 at P10 million.
Senators have been pushing to increase the budget of defense agencies to boost Philippine maritime security.
Senator Ana Teresia N. Hontiveros Baracuel earlier said the PCG should get as much as P600 million in intelligence funds to help it deter China's aggression in the disputed waterway.
Senate President Juan Miguel F. Zubiri vowed to back funding requirements for the PCG and the armed forces of the Philippines, whether it be confidential, intelligence funds or funding that will give you proper equipment for your needs in the West Philippine Sea.
Meanwhile, the Philippines vowed on Tuesday not to back down in the face of a Chinese effort to block its fishermen from a fiercely contested shoal in the South China Sea, while Beijing warned the Southeast Asian nation not to provoke and cause trouble.
The comments came a day after Manila cut a 300-meter, 980 ft, floating barrier installed by Beijing at the shoal, one of Asia's most contested maritime features, making use of Coast Guard personnel posing as fishermen in a small boat. The move, which the Philippines called a special operation, could further strain ties that have deteriorated this year. They might still return the floating barrier once again. They might still do shadowing and dangerous maneuvers once again. Philippine Coast Guard spokesman Commodore J. Tristan Terriella told CNN Philippines.
Earlier, he said 4 Chinese vessels were in the area when a Philippine ship approached and were not that aggressive, adding it was clear media were on board the Philippine ship. He said China's Coast Guard had even removed remnants of severed buoy barriers, and had been measured in its response to the presence of its vessel, which reached its closest point to the strategic atoll since China seized it in 2012. Thanks for watching Island TV PH. God bless.